Ladies and gentlemen, in today's video, we're going to be talking about the best and worst Funko Pops that came out in 2023. Let's go! So before we go ahead and talk a little bit about our list, I just want to give a quick disclaimer that every single one of these rankings is based off my personal opinion, just because I personally do not know all the lines that have come out, and I just don't have that much information. So this is going to be a general judgment of all the pops I've seen in stores throughout my Funko Pop hunts and just overall experience as a collector since 2018. And just to let you guys know, we're going to be excluding a few different Funko Pops, such as the NFT Pops that drop online. We're also going to be excluding the show exclusive limited edition pieces, and we're also going to exclude those fun day and at-home boxes that get delivered to you. So without further ado, let's go ahead and rank the 2023 Funko Pops. Alright, so we're gonna go ahead and start with number 5 in the worst Funko Pop category of 2023, and this spot is gonna go to the Warner Brothers 100th anniversary Funko Pops. In my opinion, they just did not make these Funko Pops enjoyable at all. I believe most of the Funko Pops that were released have been sitting on shelves for the entire time that they've been out. Don't get me wrong, they do have some cool properties added into the Warner Brothers 100th, but for most collectors, the box is so ugly that they don't even consider the pop itself. Now, some of the redeeming qualities of these Warner Brothers 100th anniversary Funko Pops is the fact that they did have a few intellectual properties such as 300 to come back with a bunch of different Funko Pops that they did not create the first time around. They also went ahead and added a few Mad Max Pops that came back, and they've also brought back a bunch of different classic movies that most people do enjoy. However, they completely underestimated all the good stuff with bringing in the crossovers between the Looney Tunes and different properties in their cartoon category. For example, we got the convention exclusives of the Looney Tunes crossover with the Harry Potter houses. We got the Looney Tunes crossover with the Scooby-Doo gang. I mean, it was just honestly a little bit random in my opinion. I don't think a lot of people found too much interest in these crossovers, and I think overall it just made the Warner Brothers 100th anniversary a complete flop. All right, guys, so now we are moving into the top 5 of the best Funko Pop. So coming in at number 5, I actually am going to categorize the entire Spider-Man line here in the top 5. I personally think that the Spider-Man IP has had a wonderful year for Funko Pops and Funko Pop collecting. They always come in strong with their exclusives and their variants for the Spider-Man series and their villains as well. But this year in particular, we had a very exciting kickoff of the Spider-Man Pops. We had the Build a Scene No Way Home that was released by Target periodically, and a lot of people did enjoy that No Way Home set when it was coming out. We also did have the introduction of the Across the Spider-Verse Funko Pops right at the beginning of the year. I mean, they had quite a few exclusives that sold out. They had a lot of fan favorite characters with the success of the movies such as Spider-Man 2099. We also had the Spider-Punk exclusive that sold out within a few weeks of the movie coming out. We also saw the reintroduction of some of the characters from the first movie get different Funko Pops. One of the big ones has to be the Peter B. Parker Hot Topic exclusive. That was really cool. We also got the Scarlet Spider, the Spider-Woman, the Spider-Bite, and we even got the Spot, which was really nice. The only flop, in my opinion, of that entire Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse line was probably the Medieval Vulture, just because this character did not play a significant role. Kind of reminds me a lot of the Green Goblin that had dropped in Into the Spider-Verse. And one thing that prevented the Spider-Man Funko Pops from ranking higher in the list of this year's best Funko Pops is probably the release of those Blacklight series from Across the Spider-Verse. I just feel like at the very beginning when it first came out, we had a little bit of hype behind it. I did see quite a few people did go out and buy them at the beginning, but then Target went ahead and started releasing more and more of these figures. We also saw the delay of those No Way Home Build-A-Scenes. It almost felt like they were trying to delay it as much as possible to get more and more hyped for the Build-A-Scenes. We did see a few exclusives such as the Metallic Spider-Man come out. That was pretty cool. I think a lot of people did enjoy that one from Hot Topic in stores. But overall, this was one of the better series in the Funko Pops that were released during 2023. Alright, so coming in at number 4 in the worst Funko Pop category, we actually do have these Vault Funko Pops. I think a big reason as to why I'm gonna go ahead and categorize these pops in the worst category is just because for the most part, none of them have sold out. If there's one thing I'm gonna be completely honest with, is that these Funko Pops were just such a high retail value that I do feel like a lot of people just weren't too interested. One more thing that I'm going to be completely honest about, I do think that every single one of these Vault Funko Pops should have been a limited edition piece to have some sort of appeal to them. For example, this one right here, the Lotso, was limited to 25,000 pieces. Again, that is a lot of pieces, and it was a convention exclusive, and believe it or not, it has not sold out. The product itself is very unique. They do have the boxes that come in a Vault look, and they have a metallic trading card, a pin, and a coin. So don't get me wrong, it is a unique product, and they do add a little bit more to it to go ahead and justify the price. However, I would say pops like Lotso was a good decision to go ahead and put in the Vault edition because they haven't released this forever. But then Funko went ahead and started creating very common Funko Pops such as Captain America, Jack Skellington, Mickey Mouse, pops that have not gotten bolted or have just constantly been reproduced. We were seeing them pop up in these Vault edition. They were just not unique enough for them to purchase a $30 pop. So overall, that's what makes this pop such a flop this year. And there was just like almost no differences in a regular common Funko Pop to these right here. So for that big reason, we're gonna go ahead and rank the Vault 25th anniversary pops in the number 4 spot of the worst Funko Pops of 2023. All right, so coming in at number 4 of the best Funko Pops of 2023 is actually going to be Demon Slayer. I mean, Demon Slayer has become one of the most hyped animes right now in the Funko Pop game. I do feel like the exclusives and all the different releases that have happened, the glow chases, everything that Demon Slayer has released has done overall pretty well, I would say, for Funko terms in 2023. I mean, we went ahead and kicked off the year super strong with these glow-in-the-dark Rengoku drops. There was the common version, there was the glow-in-the-dark version, there was the 10-inch version. A lot of people are going out and fighting for this Funko Pop, basically. There was a bit of drama with Walmart with the hard stack protectors, but a lot of people did enjoy this Funko Pop. One thing that we did enjoy about Demon Slayer this year is that they were not afraid of using different characters and producing characters that were honestly pretty important during the season 1 arc. And not only that, this was a year where we got a bunch of the different Hashiras, such as the Sanemi Funko Pop, and we also were getting the Misuri Funko Pop that we had not received before. And on top of that, they did go ahead and release 2 pretty cool summer convention exclusives of the 2-packs. I believe a lot of the people did enjoy and pick these up. They are currently on sale right now, but again, I think that's more of Funko producing too many and less of people actually going ahead and picking up this Funko Pop. And a few more reasons to why the Demon Slayer Pops, in my opinion, are ranked at number 4 for this year's list is that they had a good mix of exclusives, commons, they had some glow-in-the-dark chases that a lot of people were going after. I think they just had a good balance of the character variety. So in my opinion, this is what makes Demon Slayer number 4 for Funko Pops of 2023. All right, guys, so going into the 3rd worst Funko Pops to buy of 2023, in my personal opinion, and this might be a very controversial one, I think the ad icons falls under the list. So hear me out. I've been collecting since 2018. I saw the rise of these ad icon Funko Pops. I mean, everyone enjoyed them. We had Trickster Rabbit, we had Lucky the Leprechaun. I mean, we had Tony the Tiger, like the original ones that everyone was going after. So those were really amazing ad icons. So when did Funko go ahead and completely mess up the ad icons? It was 100% when they started to create the bottle caps, the cans, the packages, the actual like food items themselves. And honestly, Funko went ahead and kept doing that going into 2023. I mean, we got the Kraft mac and cheese, we got the Hostess characters, we got the Sprite bottle cap that, again, I just don't understand why they keep producing these things. We got different candies now. We got Blockbuster VHS tapes. And again, in my opinion, they're just not unique enough. Like, I mean, we're at the point that the ad icons have not even become ad icons anymore, right? And they're just gonna probably continue going forward. I mean, it's a cheap mold. They don't have to change it. They just have to repaint everything. And honestly, that is why this is ranked on the worst, because of the lack of creativity. Now, the only reason why these Funko Pops are not worse in the list is because through all of these really bad ad icons, Funko has actually gone ahead and created some unique pops. I mean, we actually had the Tony the Tiger on the surfboard that was really cool. We have the Pringles guy, which is really nice. We have the Voodoo Ranger skeleton, and we even have Chucky from Chuck E. Cheese. In my opinion, while they do go ahead and create pretty cool and unique ad icons, I just don't know who is going out there and buying some of these Funko Pops. Those are the things that, in my opinion, have created the ad icon to be one of the worst Funko Pops of 2023. All right, guys, now going into the third position of the best Funko Pops of 2023, we're actually gonna go ahead and add in Naruto. So Naruto has honestly had a pretty good revival this year. I mean, they've gone ahead and introduced probably a really good exclusive or hyped Funko Pop almost every single month. They've been very consistent, and honestly, I think a lot of people have been enjoying their pops. For example, we had the Minato in the mystery box. On top of that, this was the year that we got almost all the remaining Akatsuki members either released or announced. I mean, we have gotten Kisame, we have gotten Zetsu's, we've gotten Deidara. I mean, all these different Akatsuki that people have been waiting years for, they're finally releasing. And of course, they announced just recently the Nagato, the Hidan. I mean, all these different pops that a lot of people have just been waiting for, where previously it was honestly just Pain and Itachi and just like the basic members of the Akatsuki. And one thing that has been making Naruto so strong is honestly the revamping of some of their beloved characters, such as Might Guy. We've seen Kakashi get new Funko Pops. We've seen Jiraiya get a bunch of different forms and glow in the dark Funko Pops. We've seen Sasuke come in different forms as well. I would say the only reason Naruto does not rank higher on this list is because the other two above it, I just feel like had a stronger impact as a whole in the Funko community. So that is a big reason why Naruto was ranked third, but again, it was an amazing line for the year. All right, so now we're going to the second position of the worst Funko Pops of 2023. In my opinion, pops like this should not be getting released 2 months before this holiday or this month, just because the holiday itself is just not something we prepare for that in advance. In my opinion, I really do think these chocolate Funko Pops that Funko is releasing is just going to be another gingerbread situation that we happened to have last year. I mean, they're still trying to sell some of those gingerbread Funko Pops this year, and you can tell that they cut back on a huge amount of production from last year, because I didn't see any gingerbread this year. Like, the gingerbread Funko Pops are basically gone. So what do you think is going to happen with the chocolate Funko Pops? The same thing is going to happen. Yes, they might be a cool little gimmick for a Valentine's Day gift, but in my opinion, a hardcore collector is just not going to find it very interesting. I mean, we have zero exclusivity in these things. They're all just a bunch of commons, and they have very similar sculpts to what the Funko Pops we've already seen. All they've done is add a little bit of chocolate foil. I just don't see many collectors buying this, and I just think it's going to be something else that's going to end up in the landfill. Is the reason I'm already going to go ahead and just rank these the second worst Funko Pops of 2023. Again, they're just going ahead and taking old molds. There's like zero creativity behind this thing. It might be a cool gimmick, but it's just not for me. And again, that is why I rank it in the second worst spot of 2023. Now we're going to the second best Funko Pops of 2023. Now this might be a little bit of a controversial opinion as well, but I, as a huge Disney fan, think that the Disney 100 line was probably one of the coolest things to come to Funko. Now hear me out, this is one of those Funko Pop lines that was just so extensive and just brought so many different characters that we have never seen before, and that's the reason I ranked the Disney 100 Pops so high. For example, we were able to get the icon himself, Walt Disney, in many different forms throughout his career and his passions for creating the Walt Disney Company. But one of my favorites is the Walt Disney on the engine. I went ahead and bought that one right away. But not only just Walt Disney got brought to life, but for the first time ever, we actually got some Oswald Funko Pops, since Disney went ahead and was able to get the licensing back from Universal. Little fun fact. So we did get some Oswald Pops, and a lot of people enjoyed that. We got a Disney Parks exclusive with that. Not only did it bring some classic Pops back, but we went ahead and actually got a bunch of different moments from the movies and TV shows that we love. I mean, one of the coolest things that we got was the Hakuna Matata from Lion King scene. We were also able to get the really cool scene from Tangled between Rapunzel and Flynn on the boat with the lantern. That one was really nice. And we cannot forget that they've actually gone ahead and for the Disney 100th anniversary, they went ahead and released all the different Funko Pops from the Disney Channel shows and movies that we grew up watching. We had That's So Raven get pops. We have Hannah Montana getting pops. High School Musical. I mean, you saw it on there, and they just had so many different new pops and characters that have never been released before go ahead and hit stores. And I know a lot of people that were going out and trying to find those pops. The box art looking nice and the property just being so timeless is the reason why people wanted to go ahead and buy those Disney 100 Pops. So before we go ahead and mention the worst Funko Pops of 2023, in my opinion, I just want to go ahead and give an honorable mention of the worst Funko Pops, and that has to go with My Hero Academia. What a lackluster year for the anime show. I mean, this show was such a heavy hitter in the Funko Pop game for the past few years that it is honestly such a shame the drop off that happened this year. I mean, with the specialty series exclusive bar scenes from My Hero Academia, nobody really cared for them too much. They were honestly too bulky and big. And the fact that the build of scene was just like kind of like not promoted too well. I remember the only hype was that there was a Dobby Funko Pop there, but even then it was just not enough to offset the failure that was the My Hero Academia baseball Funko Pops, and also with the release of just a bunch of different characters that people don't care for. This is why I just believe this honestly could have made the list of the worst Funko Pops of 2023. All right, so going into the worst Funko Pops of 2023, this was actually part of one of the categories that we were talking about, but it's just that this mold and this style of Funko Pop was so bad, I just needed to talk about it. And that has to be the Facet Funko Pops. This is considered the least creative Funko Pop, honestly, in the market right now. When they first went ahead and released the Glam, a lot of people were interested because they were thinking that was going to be very clear, you can see through it, but honestly, it turned out to just be really cheap looking plastic and just really jagged edges that nobody liked. The first time we got this Mickey Mouse in hand, you could just see the entire community just be shaken up and be like, all right, this is not happening, we're not buying this anymore. And honestly, what put more insult to injury with these Funko Pops right here, more than anything else on the list, is the fact that this was a Funko Shop exclusive, and almost every single one of these Funko Pops just instantly went on sale. What happened with this is they took almost all their most popular characters, such as Minnie Mouse, they took Darth Vader, they took R2-D2, Captain America, Iron Man, they just recently announced, and they just went ahead and took their most common mold, changed them just a little bit, and put them into this really ugly faceted form that not one collector enjoys anymore. I just feel like these pops right here could have done so much better. So because of the lack of creativity, the lack of popularity amongst the community, and overall just an ugly figure, this is why this is the worst Funko Pops of 2023. All right, so before we go ahead and make the huge announcement of the best Funko Pops of 2023, I just want to go ahead and give a huge honorable mention to Pokemon, believe it or not. So Pokemon honestly has done a pretty good job at releasing pops during the year of 2023. They've honestly gone ahead and released new exclusive pops such as Glaceon, Flock, Hot Top exclusive. They've gone and done Umbreon that a lot of people enjoyed. They made that one flocked as well. And Espeon flocked. I mean, a bunch of people did go ahead and buy those pops the moment they're released. There were flocked exclusives, there were commons. They also went ahead and created some of the starter Pokemons like Scorbunny. They had Arcanine in there. But what really made Pokemon do very, very well in 2023 is the fact that they went ahead and released almost a monthly pearlescent Pokemon Center exclusive Funko Pop every single month, and almost every single one has sold out completely. So this is why, honestly, Pokemon probably could have been on the list, but we decided to go ahead and put it on the honorable mentions. All right, and finally, the moment that you all have been waiting for. This Funko Pop line has released so many different exclusives that have sold out on multiple different retailers. This Funko Pop line has been able to dominate the convention exclusives time and time for quite a few years now. And finally, this Funko Pop line has brought so many different characters that have honestly been loved by everybody the moment they release. Ladies and gentlemen, the best Funko Pops of 2023 are the One Piece Funko Pops. These One Piece Funko Pops just have so much variety, so much exclusivity, and they just did such a good job. They bring in major villains such as Kaido and Big Mom to the Funko Pop realm. We also saw Whitebeard and Goldie Roger get multiple Funko Pops between the Wanted posters and them with their counterpart chases. I mean, almost every single Funko Shop exclusive and convention exclusive sold out with the Polar Tang, the Eustace Kid, the Wanted poster of Luffy and Goldie Roger. These are pops that people were chasing for and were willing to pay a lot of money for. Not only that, we were able to see regular Funko Shop chases just instantly sell out. What made the One Piece Funko Pops just continuously so good is that they were releasing new waves almost every 2 to 3 months, and they were pretty large waves. I mean, honestly, for all my One Piece fans out there, you guys must have had a pretty tough time getting all the Funko Pops. But again, I don't see the hype behind One Piece dying down anytime soon. I genuinely think they're just going to continue creating some really awesome characters. I know a lot of my friends and a lot of the people I've talked to in the community are waiting for different pops to release that they haven't seen before. But yeah, guys, from the beginning of the year all the way to now, we were just getting constantly different exclusive Funko Pops for us to purchase with their chase counterparts. I think this is exactly what the Funko community needs. We do need that one IP that almost everybody is chasing for, whether it be to go ahead and trade up to something better that they want for their personal collection, or that they want to go ahead and purchase for their own collection. So that concludes my entire list of the best and worst Funko Pops of 2023. Let me know in the comments section down below, what do you guys think of my list? How would you rank these differently? Is there other Funko Pop lines that you think should have been replaced in either the best and worst category? If so, please let me know right now in the comments. And before we end off today's video, I actually just want to go ahead and do a quick shout out to Whatnot. Whatnot is one of the best buying and selling platforms for different Funko Pops, and it's honestly one of the best platforms to get authentic Funko Pops at a great price. We highly recommend, if you're searching for those hard to find One Piece Funko Pops, to check it out, because on this platform you're able to search directly what you want and see if these Funko Pops are either on the live shows or if they're on a product listing where you're able to either participate in a live show and bid on these Funko Pops, or you're able to talk to the seller directly and get the Funko Pop you want. If you guys want to get a free 1500 credit and you have never signed up for Whatnot, make sure to use the link in the pinned comment section below to go ahead and sign up and get your free 1500 credit off your purchase. Thank you so much for watching this video. Please make sure to leave a like on this video, hit that subscribe button, and we'll see you guys on the next year. Happy New Year's, everyone.